Europa Edizioni presents The Devil of the Cliff, an investigation by Ciro Della Rosa, a novel by Carlo Giuseppe Lucardi.
The sun had not risen yet. Shimon stopped rowing and left the boat to the current. "See, Eisenhower," he said, "this used to be the best spot for lobsters." His dog, Eisenhower, looked at him from the prow, then bowed his head and started licking the fish blood-soaked paint. "Don't lick the deck, Eis. Paint is not good for your health." The dog stopped and put his head between his paws. "When you lie down like that, you look like a seal, Eisenhower." He tried to smile, but he couldn't, because that day his heart was as dark as the rocks of the cliff. "I can't forget that the devil has come back from the abyss, my sweet dog." Seagulls were flying up and down the cliff, and the rocky columns and the caves resembled the naves of a cathedral. "The lobsters have gone since he came back. They moved away. We'll never catch anything here. Let's go home." He started the old Volvo Penta Testarossa and sailed around the island through the north side, because a strong wind was blowing from the south. When he saw him approaching the dock, Pietro, who owned the restaurant, toddled toward him with his bouncing belly. "Did you get fat once, Shimon? How many lobsters did you get?" "I am so sorry, Pietro. They're gone." "Are you serious? Not even a small one?" "The island is crowded with tourists, and you come back without lobsters." "There were none, Pietro. I'm sorry." "How come? The weather is perfect." Shimon lowered his voice. "We can no longer fish here, Pietro. The devil is on the island." "What are you talking about? What devil? I will drown you, you old fool." "Please, let me go, Pietro. I need to send a letter." "What letter, old fool? I will drown you." He was about to do that, but he stopped when he saw the Carabinieri car pull over by the dock, with Maresciallo Asta's head leaning out of the window. The two women left their bags in the room and started chatting right away. Della Rosa yawned. "Come on, Jack, let's go for a ride. Laura and Valentina could talk for hours. In the meantime, let's visit this place." He got in the car, turned on the air conditioner and drove south to the salt mines and the edge of the sea stacks. Astonished by the beauty of the landscape, he took a side road that led to the observatory. There was no one there, so he got Yak out of the car and unleashed him. "Go stretch your legs, Yak," he said. He realized he had made a mistake when he saw the three-wheeled van and the old man who was standing next to it staring at the sea. There was a small brown and white dog in the van that started barking at Yak as soon as he saw him. Yak would never bark, once at the most. His fur would stand on end and he would hurl himself at the enemy like a train. And that's exactly what he did. Della Rosa ran after the dog, even if he knew he would never reach him. "Stop! Stop!" he shouted. The deaf old man didn't notice the charge until the very last moment, but when he realized what was going on, he bravely stepped in. Ciro imagined Yak slaughter the old man and the small dog howling on their remains. "Stop, you damned beast!" he shouted again. Eventually, when he managed to grasp his dog's tail with a jump, he realized that there was no danger at all. Yak had just stopped next to the van and was sniffing the other dog with the tip of his nose. The two rascals were wagging their tails in unison like windshield wipers. "You have a beautiful dog," gasped Della Rosa, as he hooked Yak to the leash. "You too, he looked like a devil in the distance, but he's good actually. Look at him and Eisenhower, they like each other." "I'll be honest, I was scared, but fortunately nothing bad happened." "Of course it didn't. Your dog is a good dog, and you're probably a good man. You know, dogs always resemble their owners." "Well, I'm not so good, and Yak's the same. We're half good." They both smiled. Ciro stretched his hand. "Ciro Della Rosa, nice to meet you. Shimon, just Shimon." Then the old man said something weird. "The devil has come here to San Pietro. He lives in that mansion up there." He pointed at Villa Bianca with his fisherman-twisted finger. "The devil came up from the abyss and settled in that house. He won't leave until he finds what he's looking for." Ciro was bewildered. "Well, Guaglione, I don't know." "It is true. It is true. And that worries me. Do you understand me?" All of a sudden, the old man swayed, and he would have fallen over if Della Rosa hadn't held him. "Are you okay, Guaglione?" "He came from down there, you see, from the spot where I used to fish the biggest lobsters of the island. They went away when I got here. You know that." "How are you feeling, Guaglione? Do you feel sick?" "It's just dizziness. Maybe it's the sun." "Let me drive you to the hospital." No, I'm fine. I think I'll go home." "I'll drive you there. Where do you live?" The old man looked confused. He pointed at the woody hill. My house is up there, but I'm okay now. I can't go there by myself. It's not a good idea. Come with me. My car is big enough for the four of us and there is air conditioning. Leave your van here. You can come back and get it tonight when it's cooler. You don't need to. Yes, I do. Come with me. Ciro drove the man to his house, which was a shack. He made him lie on the couch and put a wet towel on his forehead. It was the heat, Guaglione. Stay here. I'll go and get you some water. You don't have to worry, sir. I feel better now. It didn't seem he felt better at all. Please get my medicines, there in the closet. Della Rosa opened the closet and took the pills. Then he stood still, staring at the back of that big piece of furniture. Do you like it? Asked the old man. It has belonged to my family for years. That's the only memory I have left. He took his medicines and recovered some of his strength. You shouldn't strain yourself like that. Don't be reckless. You blabbered some nonsense about the devil. It wasn't nonsense. I'm old and lonely, but I'm not a fool. I am worried because I won't be able to defeat him. I asked the angels for help. Maybe someone will answer the call. This is insane, thought Ciro. Okay, Guaglione, we should go now, right, Yak? Yak didn't look eager to go. He was crouching on the floor next to Eisenhower. You don't believe me, Della Rosa, do you? It's not easy, Shimone, but you're fun. The old man opened his eyes wide and nearly scared him. Be careful, stay away from him. Vabbò, keep calm now. You don't want to feel bad again.